Give us a little more enthusiasm, Gabe. You're kind
Let's
of
do this.
down in the dumps a little bit here. Fire up.
It's Monday, November 20th at 7:15. This is the Brainerd Personnel and Finance Committee meeting. We're in the second floor conference room at City Hall, and I'll call the meeting to order. We'll start with introductions.
Kara Terry, Ward 1.
James Cromley, Community Development Director.
Patrick Wessels, Interim City Administrator.
Connie Hillman, City Finance Director.
Alderman Larg, injured Kevin Stunek.
Chris Schubert, HR Director.
John Davis, Police Chief.
And Gabe Johnson, Chair of the committee. We have 6 items on the agenda tonight, the first of which is to review the draft ordinance for the revised fee schedule. James.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So you'll see included in the agenda item some wording from the League of Minnesota Cities, which recommends adopting the fee schedule by ordinance for legality purposes rather than by resolution. So based on that additional research, staff recommends drafting an ordinance with an appendix for a fee schedule. While it will now take 2 meetings to make the change rather than the one from the resolution, it still accomplishes the primary goal that kind of staff set out with, was having all the fees listed in one location. Right now you have 1/3 of it by resolution, 2/3 of it by ordinance in multiple areas. So with this, it can still be easily reviewed by the public and easily changed by City Council. A couple things to note: the fire department is still reviewing permitted event definitions and fees. That kind of replaces the boxing, dances, portion of the city code. Also, SAC, WAC, and park dedication fees will be reviewed at a later time and presented to the park board as well as the BPU commission before making recommendations. But this still puts everything in one spot. So with that, staff recommends P&F committee review the proposed ordinance, direct staff to make any changes, and bring the proposed ordinance back to the next city council meeting as a first reading.
I so move.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same size. Sign that motion.
Sneaking out.
Number 2, approve promotion of Allison Timmons. Chris.
Staff conducted an internal posting process to backfill our records lead position, and one individual applied. Staff recommends promoting Allison Timmons to the police records management lead position effective November 21st. In pursuant to the employee policy manual, she should be placed on step 4, which is $27.72 per hour. In addition, staff is asking to start the hiring process to backfill her records tech position. The recommended action is a motion to approve the promotion of Allison Timmons to the police records management lead position effective November 21st, and to authorize that backfilling.
I so move.
Second.
Motion and a second. Any discussion? Does she know that she's going on to step 4?
Yes.
Is she fine with that?
Yes.
We won't have to have any problems with that?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Next up is accept the resignation of Street Maintenance 1 Tyler Lockhorst.
Tyler Lockhorst has submitted his resignation with his last working day being December 5th. Staff recommends that the council accept his resignation and authorize staff to begin the hiring process to backfill the position.
I so move.
Second.
With regret.
Motion is second to accept with regret. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Next item is the authority to enter into a consulting agreement with Hildy Inc. for actuarial services to comply with GASB OPEBs.
Yes, so GASB 74 requires local governments to compute and report a liability for OPEB, which stands for Other Post-Employment Benefits. This GASB statement requires that the government have an actuarial study completed every 2 years with updates done by the actuarial in the off years. The city has used Hildy since 2009 to perform the study. Staff recommends staying with Hildy as they are easy to work with, and our auditors as well as staff feels that Hildy understands the current standards as well as any changes to the standards. The 2024-2025 consulting agreement has a price of $3,300 plus $500 for exhibits that Hildy prepares for the audit, and $1,000 to $1,200 for fiscal year 2025. This is about a $200 per year increase from the 2022-2023 agreements, and the cost is allocated amongst the city, BPU, HRA, and the airport. The city share has historically been about 42% of the cost. The recommended action would be to authorize the signatures on the agreement for consulting services with Hildy Inc. for fiscal years 2024 and 2025 as presented.
I so move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. That motion carries. Next up, CLA audit services.
So attached to the agenda request is the statement of work for audit services, otherwise known as the engagement letter from Clifton Larson Allen for 2023 audit services. The detail of the fee was listed on page 11, and the information was also detailed in the agenda request. The proposed base audit fee is a 5.9% increase over 2022, plus additional costs proposed for implementation of the new GASB 96, which is Sabita subscription-based information technology subscriptions. It's kind of like the leases for 96, and the new risk auditing standards. The additional cost for 2022 was about $7,300. The airport pays a portion of the cost based on revenues, and so the recommended action would be to authorize signature on the engagement letter with CLA for 2023 audit services.
I so move.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, that motion carries. And last up, we have discussion of 2024 capital expenditures.
Correct. Attached to the agenda request was a list of the current 2024 proposed capital, comparing what was compared to August versus what we had today. The long-term capital plan is only 2023 budget and proposed 2024, as the park board has been focusing on 2024, so future years have not been updated. Also, to assist in the long-term capital planning, the park board is requesting the council clarification in regard to the west parking lot at Memorial Park that was purchased in 2020. The question is, was it the intention of the council that this parking lot be included in Memorial Park, or that the council wanted to manage and or maintain the city parking lot and not necessarily for the park? The recommended action is to review and discussion of the 2024 budgeted capital expenditures and provide clarification to the park board in regards to the Memorial parking lot.
I so move.
Second.
So what is the recommendation for the park board?
Well, what are their questions?
So the question is
I understand what the top line question is, what difference does it make based on what we say? Where does that change what they do?
I think that's gonna change what they do. They want a plan for replacing the whole entire parking lot. They might only have a portion of it be for parking lot and put trees or grass or something in the other area. So they're wondering if they have that liberty to do that, or if they are supposed to maintain that parking lot as is.
Do you remember the intention when it was purchased?
Yeah, the intention was that we would have parking for the softball fields, not that we had maintained all of that parking forever. And I think it was the intent when we passed the resolution
To make the park board be in charge of
to
that
make the
parking
park
lot.
board be in charge of that parking lot.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
They've got the equipment to do that and stuff, so.
So your motion is to approve this as presented and tell the park board that the parking lot is under their control.
Yes.
Yeah, that makes
That is
sense.
my motion.
So that's the motion you make?
Yes, that is the motion.
Okay, I'll second.
Okay.
With the addendum.
Yeah, and it's $9,000 less right now than it was in,
Yes, yes.
oh, way to find some cost savings, Connie. Gotta hand it to you.
We try. Actually, James delayed a couple of his items for the,
I saw that, yeah, he had 25,000 moved off for his.
yeah, we moved that off. I mean, the details were explained up above. But yes, we might have saved there, but the HVAC went up and a couple other costs increased as well, so.
Okay, any other discussion?
Nope.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, that motion carries. We're adjourned at 7:23, could have done it at 7:20.
You know.
That's against her. If it's not 7, it's 7:15. It's not 7:20, that won't work.